replacing this Bosch Downdraft ventilator that goes behind my cooktop. It's 20-some years old. It's just time to get rid of it. It's got an external blower that's ducted through this 10-inch duct, and I was able to find a replacement downdraft that had an internal motor, but nobody had it with just without a blower motor. The replacement is a Broan, B-R-O-A-N, and it looks identical to this except for the fact that it has a blower motor mounted here on the back of it. So I decided to take the plunge, and I'm going to cut the blower motor off the back of it and put the 10-inch duct on the cabinet on the new one, and see if I can't put myself back in business. This is the new unit that I'm surprised made it here in one piece, because the packing's all busted up, but the reviews that I read online all said that they arrived with the packing all busted up. I guess it's a hard thing to pack. I'm gonna take this blower motor off of the back of the unit. It's in a box. It had this steel cover on it, and this is the 10-inch duct that I'm going to put in its place. But the problem that I face right now is that this is welded. It's not a big problem, it's just that this means that I have to basically commit myself to this thing, because I have to cut these welds to get the box and the motor off the back of the unit. Here's the motor and box removed from the back of the new unit. And this new unit really is basically identical to what I've got now that I see it with the internal motor off of it. So next thing I'm going to do is place this 10-inch duct on here and see if it fits like it's supposed to. And voila, there's the duct in place. And it looks like it was made to go there. It's a perfect replacement for the internal blower that was on there. The new unit even has the same plug to hook the fan up that my old device here has. I'm going to remove this thermal switch here that what it does is it puts, even if you run it on low speed, if the fan overheats because of a fire being sucked down, it turns the fan onto full power. Not sure I understand the logic behind that, but I guess these guys know what they're doing. So, and I've read that they all do that. So I just have to splice this red and black wire and I'll be ready. Here we are with the back duct in place and all secured in position, and the plug is plugged in. The juice comes out of this box right here to go to my external fan. This fan that came off the back of the new unit is a really nice piece of equipment. I would be willing to bet that this is exactly what's mounted on the back of my house. So this is going up in the attic for the inevitable failure of that fan motor. I contacted Broan support and they told me to check the adjustment of the micro switches that control the operation of the chimney that goes up and down. Not knowing what this involved, I jumped in, but it turned out that I had to completely disassemble the front of the unit again in order to get to them. These are the micro switches, and once I got them out, there was nothing visibly wrong with them, and they seemed to be in fine shape. So I put them back in and watched them as the unit cycled up and down, and they seemed to be doing exactly what they were supposed to do. I called Broan's support back, and the nice lady there pointed out to me that on page 4 of the installation instructions, there was a section about adjusting the on-off switch, apparently to deal with just the sort of problem that I was having. There was in fact some adjustment in the switch mount, but it had no effect at all on my problem, and the switch still stuck in the on position intermittently, making the unit go up and down continuously. Here's the switch pulled out of the unit. In the process of getting it out, I pulled loose this plug, which meant that all of this was going to have to come apart again to plug it back in. Here's the problem. This white plunger gets cocked in the framework when you power the unit on, and it gets stuck in the down position. I don't know why they made it a tube rather than a solid plastic button, which would have worked a lot better. I drilled the rivets out of this micro switch so that I could get access to the little white push button right here. Now I'm going to try and modify it to alleviate this problem. I've reassembled the switch on the bracket with number 4 machine screws and nuts on the back, and I filled the little white plunger with goop so that it basically has a flat bottom and should not be able to get stuck jammed by the plunger on the switch itself, and it doesn't cock and get locked up anymore. So I hope now I have a better solution for this thing for the future. Mr. Broan, explain to me, if you will, why you didn't just use a solid plastic plunger on this instead of the tubular thing that you put in there. I also have concerns that the edges of this plunger are going to be hard on the membrane on the top of the unit over time and maybe work their way through it, but a new top only costs $88, so who knows. This is the modified switch in operation. The clanking is normal, it turns out. That's the micro switches inside the unit operating. Seems to work okay.